Hey, what's up guys? I am Zzonked, coming in with some Wraith gameplay in Deadlock today. So I've been playing Deadlock again after about a year. It's been a while. I stopped playing when they took Ranked out, since it was too early for them to add it, so they had a valid reason to take it out, but I just didn't have a lot of reason to keep playing the game. But yeah, so coming back in after about a year and trying to shake the dust off here. So I'm just going to kind of go through this this VOD here of playing Wraith, and it was pretty much my main slash I was almost a one-trick before. I played a lot of Haze, McGinnis, and Ivy as well, but and a bit of Paradox, but mostly I was Wraith. And yeah, so just kind of talk through everything I do here. So right now, this game I believe was Phantom 5-ish. My current rank is like Ascendant 2 or something like that, but this game was mostly Phantoms. The Yamato and Shiv wanted to kind of play up a lot, so with this lane, since I see that Yamato hasn't changed a whole lot in a year, to where she's at least still a bit of an early game bully with her right click, I was just trying to maintain this lane as best as I could. Me and that Lash, of course I'm taking way too much damage there. They're punishing the hell out of me. I thought they were going to be hitting the Lash since he had seemed to go on in, but he didn't really take a lot of damage, so either he dodged some stuff or I was just, I don't know what happened there, but yeah, so going in with monster rounds is my first item here. I pretty much almost always pick up monster rounds on almost every character, because I find just being able to maintain your lane, at least by pushing the minions, is a lot more valuable than pushing them, like the enemy, off. And since they can go and heal and things like that, I just like to knock out the minions earlier so that I have time to shoot them. Yep, just queued up sprint boots as my next one, because I'm going to eventually build into enduring speed. I just made this build myself. I just kind of went on Tracklog and looked at what the best items for Wraith are and checked what the most common ones were, and kind of copied most of them and then added a couple of my own. But yeah, just trying to make sure we're not getting denied here. Looks like we're pretty much dead even on souls, other than the Shiv and our Lash. I keep forgetting his name. Yeah, so I'm really not trying to take any fights early. I just want to keep the Lash from dying, and I want us to maintain this lane as best as possible, because I'm looking to farm a lot and scale mid to late game. Yeah, so I'm just taking too much damage here. I'm being a little too greedy. Here Shiv is pushing our camp and stealing that, so he ends up getting some extra farm off our stuff, which is unfortunate. I believe the Shiv was going a bit of a knife build early. Yeah, he's just poking us and keeping that up, which is irritating. Went for the rapid rounds next because the build's into something. What does that build into? Yeah, end up getting Swift Striker later. So I saw a good trick with Metro actually put it up there, was if you throw your cards up, then it gives them a lot more time for you to take your time to find the aim on enemies, where it will seek them, and they're less likely to collide with just random cover. Whereas if I threw it directly at them and they go behind cover, it's likely just going to hit the cover. So you'll see me throw cards up and then look down. This is a really, really good tip from Metro. Usually I actually just steal Metro's builds. He usually has really solid builds. I usually pivot a little more into gun than he does. He usually sticks with the spirit damage a little more, which is probably the better play, but I like gun. So if I was paying more attention, I could have shot the Yamato off the rope when she went for that greedy play there. But yeah, so right there, I definitely wouldn't have hit that if I had just thrown it straight at her. So at this point, me and Lash are able to kind of push the lane a bit, and we've been able to kind of shove it to where we now have the high ground and we're holding them at their Guardian, which is really good. So it's just playing an early game really safe and then kind of going there. So here I just pick up ult and I'm looking for a play, but then unfortunately she ults, and at this point I hadn't realized that Yamato isn't invincible in ult anymore. But they end up pushing anyways. I thought she was going to melee. And then I didn't think through the fact that they had Shiv and he could just finish me, so I should have backed up even more there. But so that was the first not very safe thing we did so far, and then that ends up putting them about a 1,000 plus lead, which is really unfortunate because we were playing it pretty well up until that point. So that's just a case in point of if you're doing your best to maintain lane, keep a level head the whole time. Alright, so we're back in lane here. Looks like Yamato has started to was missing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna turn our view off so we don't see the whole map. So I shoot the minions off the zip here so that we can keep them shoved into their Guardian, because I really want to start chipping away at their Guardian as best I can, especially since we're now fairly fresh.
If things go bad, I'll be ready.
Because also I don't want the Shiv kind of fighting us close range in our little mini camp and all that again. I don't want him stealing even more farm. I don't want him getting farther ahead. Yeah, so as soon as I see the Yamato, I realize I'm pushed up way too far and we don't have minions. Yeah, she's able to get me half just from poking like that. So I got a little punished for bad placement there. So most lashes I end up playing with usually are a little more aggressive in lane than this lash was, so I was finding myself in really bad spots because I was expecting him to be a little more aggro, which I'm glad he wasn't because I didn't want him feeding, but I was expecting him to do a little more. And so I end up taking just constant poke. Yeah, and then I had flashbacks to where I just was last death, so I didn't want to go back in the Veil even though I have ult up. Yeah, and then right here I just realized I'm so low. I'm so squishy. And for some reason our Lash still isn't taking any damage from them. I don't know why they're ignoring him, but I mean I guess he has outs. So I get down to like literally about 7 health or less there. So it's full back. But that entire time that they're in our towers fighting, I don't know what Lash has done that whole time. So that was getting a little annoying. Yeah, because he could have ulted them, and then we could have looked for something there, but he just chose not to. So I really don't know what he was waiting on. Like that Shiv is very close to half health, so we could easily ult them. Yamato doesn't have ult, so I don't know what he's waiting on. He definitely has plays here, but it is what it is. Sometimes, you know, once you kind of figure out if your team is going to make plays or if they're passive, then you have to play off of that to the best of your abilities, play the hand you're dealt. So the replay has a bug to where that doesn't seem to be accurate, which is interesting. Yeah, I really need to stop taking the Shiv damage.
I love this trick.
Alright, so far items, I went ahead and got extra regen a while ago since I'm just constantly taking poke. Enchanter's Emblem since I'm taking all spirit damage for the most part other than the right clicks, and then enduring speed just for because I'm more building into when I'm gonna be farming later. So I end up getting the Yamato real low. She chases. Nice. Finally got some follow-up there. Honestly, that fight was really sketch. Me chasing Yamato that hard was really sketchy. Thankfully I didn't get punished for it. And so I've mostly caught up on souls
Here.
from just playing the lane fairly smart or fairly safe. So at this point, I see the wave is still got a couple seconds before it's coming, so I'm gonna do my best to get a little shove here, or a little bit of camp. I realized I kept buying items instead of waiting for Quicksilver reload. I really should have gotten Quicksilver reload a while before here. Yeah, so I see they're just trying to send it on me again, so I just pull out really early. And I see how low it is, so I know I'm not really doing much here. Just playing safe.
I'll find you.
Should have gotten the confirm there. Yeah, see right here, if I had Quicksilver reload, I could have full sent it on him. So this is a mistake I make for the first 15 minutes of the game, is not rushing Quicksilver reload. I think I have it as third on my buy list, but I just kept buying cheaper items and forgetting to actually buy it. So I heard Yamato up here, and I had been wondering if she was stealing our camp. She gets away. I don't end up chasing, thankfully. So at this point, I'm starting to look at the state of our lanes. It looks like we've pretty much lost every lane. We were down across the board in the laning phase here, so thankfully laning's over and we're able to start catching up a little. We're looking about 5k down, and so I'm looking to just start hyper farming and catch up a bit. Because at this point I don't want to be anywhere near the far left lane as best I can. Because also I really need the lash to start catching some waves and getting farm back. I was going to go up for the sinners, but then I realized that lash left the lane, so I'm going to go back, fix it real quick. Because at this point we've lost every guardian, but I really don't want to lose any walkers for free.
We're winning this. I love this trick.
Especially with the playstyle of Wraith that I do and is generally pretty common, is just play the side lanes, farm, you know, and then hold your ult for if someone's trying to dive you, or, you know, picking someone off in the side lanes and 1v1ing, because she's an excellent duelist. She's not the best early to mid game, unless you get a good power spike. So right here, I end up literally missing my melee, and thankfully it saved my life by me literally missing it, because the ship was parrying, and I want to say that I totally did that on purpose, but I really didn't. I just literally missed it. But yeah, so thankfully we're able to now clear out their guardian, since they kind of left the lane. Yamato's running Urn, and she actually kind of threw by running Urn, because she's now 3k difference down, and then we get her guardian for free, and we get the Shiv because he didn't have follow-up. So I was really glad to see the Yamato left lane early, and she was looking to start roaming. Yeah, at this point I thought that I had already bought Quicksilver reload, and I realized I'm sitting on almost 1,000 unsecured and almost 6,000 souls, and I still haven't bought Quicksilver reload. So the next camp or two is kind of a slow. Alright, pause ended here. Alright, so I was going to try to finish camp, but then I see this wave, and I really don't... I try to always be there before the wave hits the walker, because it's just so bad to get free damage, and or if there's anyone on the enemy team who is building to just do objective damage, then they can kill it within 10 seconds, you know. And especially since they have a McGinnis on the enemy team, and from what I recall, I did peek at her build a little, and okay, no, she's actually going the turret build, but she does have good objective damage with cultists here. So I end up making sure that she can't just come and one-shot the walker. Alright, so I finally buy Quicksilver reload, and then I buy Tesla bullets. I did end up upgrading to cultist here. I found I don't like cultist. I think it loses value really fast. So I actually took it out of my build after this game, because I think I end up selling it fairly early. I don't like the having to go and find a minion, because I find people are too greedy with it and forget to do it. And I don't know. I just they nerfed it recently. It's still a new item to me. It wasn't in the game when I was playing, and I don't love it. Well, let's say it's perfectly fine for the extra damage, but I think there's better things to spend money on, especially at this point in the game. So at this point, I am now starting to look fairly rich. Yeah, and I'm really looking for an opportunity to hit their walker. I don't fully know where all of them are, but I knew that there was at least 3 on the right side of the map. This Infernus is farmed, but he's not scary farmed. So I'm looking to get some poke. Right here, I got swapped out of my E, or my 2, which was unfortunate. And I was expecting both of them to chase me here. Thankfully, only Paradox chases me, which actually, if I realized it at the time, I could have turned around and 1v1'd her, because she already used her whole kit. And I didn't really use a whole lot, but I get away, and then I go back, finish the camp that I started earlier, since there's no waves colliding. Yeah, so not a ton to say here other than just kind of doing Wraith things, just farming side lane, making sure I don't dive to something dumb, don't lose my unsecured souls. So at this point I see that there's 3 here, and so I'm calling for people to come help left lane. I get swapped. Thankfully I get away. And at this point I primarily upgraded the 1, and I put 1 to 2 points in this because I knew I was going to be soloing most of the game, and then put 2 into full auto here. Alright, so we're able to find a kill on McGinnis here. I'm not sure what she was doing at the end there. My aim is potato right now. So I'm looking to see if I can find a kill. Since this Infernus he doesn't seem very confident, so I figured I could chase him. So I ended up getting him, but then I didn't realize that wasn't my teammate. I thought the Paradox was my teammate for a second, so I ended up in a bad spot and get punished for it. So I did drop a little bit of a bag, I think 300-400 at that point, which is unfortunate. But it looks like our team was actually able to clean this up for the most part, so that was really good. So it wasn't actually all for naught, so that's good. So I'm sitting at 20k, which the only person even close is Shiv, and well, Mina's actually farming like crazy. This Mina actually farmed a ton all game, but she wasn't all that scary. They just nerfed Mina to where the love bites only proc once, and I'm finding that anyone who plays Mina, let me know. I didn't play Mina enough. She seemed very strong right before the nerf, and since then, I don't see how she kills anything. So, if you're still able to kill stuff, let me know, because I don't know how people do that. It just doesn't seem to do enough damage. Like, once it procs once, you're just kind of sitting there not doing anything. Yeah, so at this point, we're just kind of maintaining, looking for a fight, or looking for camps to keep getting my farm up. I don't really want to take any fights until I'm a good like 5 to 10k up. The power spike for... So I see Yamato's chasing me here. I'm just full sending it away. I don't need to hold resources just in case. Thankfully, she didn't have swap there. I would have been absolutely cooked if she could swap me there. Thankfully, my team is starting to show up, which is good. They really seem to want this walker. They keep coming to this lane. It might be also they're trying to find a kill on me since they know I'm getting farmed up. But yeah, the power spike for Wraith right now is generally somewhere between 25 and 30k-ish, is what I'm finding. I think I'm in, oh yeah, I got the little one. Yeah, so looks like we're finally fighting. thankfully I'm able to LOS that. I really want this Shiv. I know that he's really the problem on their team. I should have rolled here, and I could have possibly died if I didn't kill him faster there. So thankfully we were able to get Shiv early, which he's really the scary one on their team. Yamato just, her early game she was doing really well, but she just didn't farm anything mid game. So this is the first time I'm seeing Mina all game, and she ults in not the best spot here. So I'm trying to chase her, but then I get caught by McGinnis. Kind of close the gap so she can't ult me. So far there's a pretty solid fight. We're able to come up on top. So at this point, now that we've kind of hit our power spike, although I need to go spend money really bad, and I'm aware of this. But at this point, since they're fighting blue, I realize there's a good opportunity to go kill a walker. So I really wanted to spend, but I knew I could probably get this walker since they're all going to be very distracted up mid. So I just full send this walker here. And I get it, and I'm able to get out, and then go spend, and I have even more money now. So now we were able to, that was a huge swing for us. So we were pretty behind in early game, but finding that solid fight where we were able to take out the Shiv and get Mina to run away, those are their two strongest players by a long shot. And then thankfully my team was able to follow up with pushing mid, which then allowed us to get another objective. So at this point, I know that they're not going to be roaming in this jungle at this point, so I'm just trying to steal as much farm as I can before I go spend, even though I'm getting a little greedy here. I'm sitting on 1100 soul bag, which is kind of sketch, but thankfully I'm not punished for it. Because we have a lot of map presence, so I'm able to see most of the map, so I was fairly confident. So I go into a Mercurial here and improve Spirit, and let's see, what's that? Surge of Power, I think I bought a little while ago and I forgot to say. So just the general pretty solid build. You know, you've probably seen all these items 100 times on Wraith. I got Spirit Lifesteal, and I'm grabbing Bullet Lifesteal in preparation for Leech later. And then Capacitor. I think I didn't need to go Capacitor for this game in particular. Because they didn't really have a good target for Capacitor, but so right here I'm actually in a really bad spot by just tanking damage from the Mina. So I'm looking to back out. I find the Yamato, but then unfortunately I go and I'm isolated, which this was a huge mistake. So my placement in that whole fight was just really bad, and we end up, I believe we end up losing the fight because of it. Let's see. Yeah, so just nothing's dying right now. I'm most of the damage and I'm dead. Victor actually is a lot of damage on our team. He was doing really well this game. Oh, yeah, actually, that was a huge play by Lash. That was really nice. I hadn't actually watched this. Oh, yeah, Shiv doing Shiv stuff. And they end up cleaning up our team. Yeah, so Shiv just kills our entire team there. Thankfully our Victor played it really smart and just counter pushed. So Victor is getting Walker up top, which is actually huge for us. He did the exact right thing and just pushing the exact opposite end of the map. So I see that they're pushing base guardians, but honestly I find walkers to be a little more valuable, especially this mid walker, because it's such a good place for us to fight. So I end up trying to just kind of push them off, take way too much damage here. Although I've got the Mina really low. So I see that Mina goes for the zipline play, which is, I was surprised that she just sent it right there. And so I figured if she was dumb enough to do it once, she'd be dumb enough to do it again. And so I end up getting the pick there. And then throw a little BM in the chat, because I was genuinely surprised. I was thinking, I was like, well, that is odd that she would just full send it right in front of me. And so I was able to hit her. And then so I figured, what's the chances she'd do it again? And well, she did. So at this point, because of like where I've seen the Mina play a couple times and that decision right there, I figured, okay, so even though the Mina is farming like crazy and she's a good target across the board because she's not realizing how squishy of a character she's playing, I think. And so I was able to, so for the rest of the game I kind of looked for her a little. her and Shiv. I try to focus them. I mostly ignore everybody else because I know that she has a lot of DPS if we leave her alone, but she's definitely a target that can die. And then Shiv is just problematic. He can solo our entire team by himself. He does it more than once this game, I think. So I see there's a fight going on left, and so I'm trying to spend before I go to that, if I go to that. But already I saw someone got picked off, so at this point I'm looking to probably not be there, because there's just not a good reason for us to be there. Like at this point, they're looking for a fight so that they can go mid. So I think I'm calming at this point for us to not fight anything. But I think our team was really determined to fight. Especially if the Shiv is around, we really shouldn't be looking for a fight. We should be looking for a pick on someone else. Yeah, so here I end up going, and even though I was calling for it to not happen, I go and do this. And so I'm thinking, oh, maybe we'll finally get him. But he's still alive, and then I have to reload. And then they're both one, and I'm whiffing everything, and he kills me. So this is a example of when your gut is telling you don't fight. Probably don't fight, because at this point I haven't really seen anyone other than the Victor on my team really do anything to the enemy team. And so at that point, if I'm with anybody on the team other than Victor, I can't be confident that they're going to really kill anything. So at that point, I should have just stayed alive, kept farming, and get just stronger and stronger, because I'm really going to need to carry late game. Yeah, so he's just sitting in behind our walker, just chilling. He doesn't even look worried. He's just kind of doing his thing, vibing. Yeah, this was a bit painful to watch because he is still not dead. Like he's only had 300 health for a while now. So at this point, I come back up and I see that our objectives are all getting pushed while our entire team is trying to kill Shiv, and so I just ignore that for as long as I can, and then I see that they finally kill him. So at that point, I'm saying, okay, there's other people still around. I'm happy to go help clean up this now that they were able to kill Shiv. But we really, because if Shiv killed anyone else there and then we had all our stuff pushed in, they could have ended off that. So I try to get the Mina. Thankfully someone was able to follow up on that and get it. But then I'm really scared of Yamato, even though I really shouldn't be. I'm 10k up on her. But I've got, you know, just memories from every time she would push me by myself before. So I end up playing a little too passive here. But just trying to clean up the wave. Yeah, so we're able to get Mina and Shiv, which is huge. That gives us a lot of map presence. So honestly, at this point, we should just run people down. But they still have the map control, and I told the Billy here to not run Urn since we didn't have map control. And so he proceeds to do this, which is quite unfortunate. And again, just like when we were fighting with the Lash and the Dynamo earlier, I wanted to full send in there and try to help him, but I just knew there was no good reason at that point. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have tried to run Urn. And so I'm not going to go die for it. Because at this point, I really, really need to just keep getting stronger and stronger. I don't even go try to contest this Urn. There's just no reason. We don't have a lot of fighting ability. Their whole team is up. And so it's just give them back. So at this point, we're really struggling for flex slots. We really need a flex slot. So I'm looking to buy or to start selling stuff off. So I end up selling Spirit Lifesteal. Or actually, no, I end up getting Leech, so that upgrades. I got Healbane for the Shiv. I should have gotten it earlier. And then I end up picking up Silence Wave. Because I was still thinking that the Yamato was strong, even though I hadn't really looked at her souls in a while, and realizing that she's not all that strong. But so I pick up Silence Wave just to try to deal with someone a little better, because at this point I'm needing to deal with individual targets a little more. And so I queue up Boundless next, because I'm really just looking to keep scaling my damage. So at this point I realize I'm a little too far up. And so Honestly, I shouldn't have stayed here because the Paradox could have swapped me here. Yeah, for some reason I miss these vents a lot. I don't know why, but I do. So I'm able to get the casting buff here, which is nice. For the cooldown. So here, honestly, since Infernus just saw me, I probably shouldn't still be here. Thankfully, most of them, they weren't looking for picks right now, which was surprising, but they really could have looked for picks on me. I see that a bunch of the team is fighting Shiv again, which, granted, it looks like he's isolated, so it's actually kind of fine. But at this point, I'm looking to push the other side of the map as best I can while they're doing that, because I'm way too far to really get there. I don't think I had zipline boost up. And so at this point, I'm just trying to shove wave as fast as I can. Yeah, so they fought a whole lot, but they didn't end up getting anything. I see Infernus is here. So I'm trying to decide what to do. It looks like my team's getting away, but we lost Billy again. So I'm looking to spend. We did end up getting a flex slot because the Victor was absolutely very impactful this game. He just kept going for objectives, and he was really solid in team fights too. So he was getting a lot done, and so that was actually huge. Got Boundless, and then so we have an extra slot at this point too, because I think I upgraded something. So it looks like they're looking to turn in Urn. I don't have enough people here yet, so I'm not worried about it yet. But it looks like Paradox pulls off, so I end up going in for a fight here. Looking to get the wave to catch up so that we have minions with us and zipline. Alright, so at this point I'm really trying to deal with Shiv early. I want Shiv and Shiv only. So I specifically thought about that in this fight, is I needed to kill Shiv, I needed to not worry about anybody else. Mina blew her ult really early, so I silence wave him so he can't dash, and then I stun him off that so he's silenced again. And then we're able to finish him, which getting him this early in the fight was huge. Our Lash goes for an ult and doesn't get anything. They all get around to cover. So I'm looking to just pick offs at this point. So I'm still not looking to full send anything. So we're able to get the Infernus, which is huge. I hear she's ulting. I see someone puts knockdown on her. Able to finish her. Mina already blew her whole kit, so she's dead. So I'm just able to clean up everything, because thankfully my team was really playing aggro, which was huge. So that was a huge fight. Being able to get the Shiv early, and then our team was just doing a lot of damage, so I was able to just clean things up. I didn't even have to do a lot. That was a game-changing fight there, and we're able to get Urn here, and then I think I go ahead and call for yeah, mid-boss. I think Billy goes and fixes left lane, which is good. Thankfully, I'm just so rich at this point. I am 45k. Me and the Victor are the richest people in the lobby. We're just way up. So I just double check that no one's sliding in. Alright. So now I'm telling everyone we should full send blue. Our Victor ends up picking off Paradox here, which is another huge play, because she's now staggered from the rest of their team. So Victor, again, coming in absolutely clutch. Honestly, he might be MVP this game just because he was doing work. Yeah, so at this point, I'm just looking for any fights that we play, I'm looking to walk up and then I walk back and let my team kind of follow up. Because I don't want to be in the front line. I need someone else to be tanking most of their abilities and stuff, because I'm not that tanky. And they had definitely been showing this whole game that they want to kill me. Alright, so at this point, I'm seeing that we got the base guardians, and then I call for us to all go left, because they're pretty entrenched here, and that's a really hard place to push, and there's nothing else for us to get. So I end up pushing left here since Billy caught the wave, which is also huge. Because if Billy didn't catch this wave, then I don't really know what we would have gotten done at this point. And so we're able to get both sets of Ace Guardians for left and mid, which is really nice. So at this point, we're trying to just slowly push into base and try to get a shrine. Thankfully, they end up catching Mina, which was huge. I see Shiv has respawned, and I really want Shiv. But again, I'm having to be just very careful. I was kind of dumb here. I could have gotten swapped in, so I really shouldn't have been there. But thankfully, someone else got swapped who was tankier. So our team ends up getting both shrines, and we're able to get Patron. I end up calling for us out here because they're only one down. But they reminded me that we had everything. And so thankfully we got an insane ult there from the Dynamo, which was absolutely huge. So we're able to get pretty much anyone else who was even slightly scary, and then we end from there. So yeah, so that was a fun one. Thankfully, our team really locked in towards mid game and late game. Our early game was just rough. But yeah, so let's see. So pretty solid stats across the boards from most of our team. Yeah, solid player damage. I'm really surprised the Lash did that much damage by the end. But honestly, I was mostly farming, to be fair. Yeah, the Victor absolutely came in clutch so many different times. But yeah. So thanks for watching, y'all. I will put the build in the description if anyone wants it. I'm kind of actively working on it. But yeah, just coming back to Deadlock and having a lot of fun. Peace.